Felix here is the protagonist of the story. So we now know who the I is that's telling the story, and Mother Minka is the person that reveals that to us. Mother Minka is another character in here, and in page 4 we find out a little bit about her. So there's some character analysis here that in Felix's eyes, Mother Minka is good. We have a number of other boys as well that are part of the characters. We have Dodek, Dodi, his friend, and we have Boris, Joseph, Marek, and Telek. In chapters 2 and 3, they become more important. They're just mentioned in chapter 1. So we have a bit of development in Felix's character that we need to talk about. And let's go back to the prayer. So right at the beginning, we have this very strange prayer here when you pray to God, Jesus, the Virgin Mary, the Pope, and Adolf Hitler. If I make that blue right there, okay, and highlight all of that, what does that really tell us about what we have? It tells us in character that Felix is naive. Now, naive means foolish. It means immature. He has a childlike perspective on things. Because very clearly, Adolf Hitler and the Pope and Virgin Mary and God and Jesus are not the same. So to accept that he needs to pray to all those people shows his naivety. This is further examined later on, where he talks about what it means to live in this orphanage. So he says here, everyone in this orphanage has dead parents. But then he later on goes to say, if the other kids find out mine aren't dead, they'll be really upset and could cause trouble. Now, for him, as a reader, we're thinking, oh, this probably means his parents are dead too. So we can put parents dead with a question mark right there. And it really shows that he is not necessarily confronting the reality of his life. He has a childlike perspective. We are suspicious when we read that, and we find out a little bit about his childlikeness and his naivety in Felix. Now, the next thing we need to look at is that when Felix talks about his parents, he talks about them as Jewish booksellers. So we have a question here. Is he Jewish? Now, in the next page, he says, Mum and Dad will take me home and I can stop being Catholic and go back to being Jewish. Now, this is important and worth a note because he compares Jewishness to Catholic religion. So it's religious is how he understands it. You need to leave being a Catholic to become a Jew again. So he's at a Catholic place, but a Catholic orphanage, but he's really not Catholic. He's Jewish. So we have explicitly stated that he's Jewish right here. This leads us to the question of what does it mean to be Jewish? And that's going to be discussed further on as we go down. But for now, being Jewish is both a religious thing and an ethnic thing, a race of people that you belong to. So it's both a race and a religion.
שוב אותו ניגון ששרת לי פעם שיר ארץ ומתנגן בלב